Yo, 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 what is going on, my good people? We are back here live, IBTE Sports Podcast. We're waiting on Lawrence. We got our boy Kenny, and we got Phil. Lawrence is on the way, but we are here live after a crazy week one of the beginning NFL. We started with the Thursday night game with the Chiefs, and then Sunday was crazy, and then Monday. Monday. We could talk about Monday in a little bit, but let's just see how everybody's doing. We already know the hat's on because the Rams beat the Seahawks and with the full fucking starting rookie team, and we already know about Monday too. So, Kenny, how we feeling? Falcons 1-0. How we feeling?
Wonderful, baby. Like you said, Falcons are 1-0. That's all that matters in the world right now.
That's all that matters. Phil, Mac attack. Yeah. Close one.
Yep.
Yeah, let's raise our hand if our team is 1-0.
Lawrence? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, my team did. The only team out of the group that did not win, but nice showing for Mac Jones, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So you
gotta feel good. You gotta feel good.
So,
you gotta feel good if you're a Patriots fan, I think, and I think you gotta feel really bad if you're a Philly fan.
it's not a W. So.
Lawrence, raise your hand if your team's 1-0. Who is that? Oh, that's Olave. Oh, shit.
March is on the way. Don't worry about it.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for y'all. Congrats.
I'm happy for you.
I don't think you got to be
Congratulations.
happy if you're a Patriots fan, though, because you should have snuck out and won that game. Like, the Eagles ended up shitting on their leg in the second half, and then you shit down your leg, too.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, what are you going to do?
It is what it is.
You already know. Where should we start?
How Lawrence doing?
Well, yeah, let's see how Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence, how we feeling?
Man, I feel good, man. You see, we finally got the shirt. Got some tangible products ready to go. I'm just ready to drop for everybody, and that's pretty much it. Saints won.
I'll take a Rams shirt all day.
It's on the way, bro.
Yes.
I've been working hard.
Oh, whoa! And just like that, he's gone.
Uh-oh.
Save me.
Oh, he has something cooking. I'm guessing the networks kicked him.
Lawrence, what do you think we should do? Where should we start at? You want to talk about Chiefs first?
Yeah, let's start. We can
start with Thursday.
Yeah, we'll start with the Chiefs. I think people were surprised.
We got a ticker or no?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I don't think people realized like you still need some sort of skill on your team in order to win a game in the NFL. Like Pat Mahomes can only do so much, right? Yeah. Especially when you have like Kadarius Toney actually dropping passes that are hitting him like right in the hands. Not to mention dropping passes that are going directly to the opposing team for pick sixes.
My hands.
Like literally through his hands. Not to mention, that was a great interception by that guy because he had to like reach across his body, but still, catch the fucking ball. You're a pro. Catch the ball.
Yeah. Hey, Lions did their job. The Chiefs are weak.
Yeah.
Took advantage of it. Jared Goff, the pick six as well. He did his thing.
Yeah, I no matter how you shake it, it's still. Lawrence and Kenny picked they said it don't matter who the fuck is on the team, the Chiefs are winning, right?
Fact.
And the Lions come out, and I've been high on the Lions all off season. I picked them to win that game, and I think they're gonna do crazy good things this year. If Jared Goff can continue high quarterback level play like he has been, and if that defense can just be fucking dominant like they are, I don't see any reason why they can't win that division.
Montgomery looked good too.
Yeah,
Wow.
100%.
Not just Montgomery. They're
Gibbs is going to be filthy, because he didn't touch the ball a lot. When he did, he went off.
You could just tell he was going to go off.
Marvin Jones didn't have those fumbles.
If you're the Lions, and you're going to be what you're supposed to be, that's the game you got to win.
Yeah,
the Chiefs
you have to do that.
Down
right.
their best offensive weapon, and they're down their best defensive player. If you are a team that has Super Bowl aspirations, you can't lose that game.
Can't lose it.
They did what they're supposed to do.
And you know what else? I already knew they were going to win that game because Jared Goff doesn't lose to Patrick Mahomes. He just doesn't lose to Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't happen.
Yep, get the narrative out. Get the narrative out.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't lose to him.
At least now we got 2 games. Now I'll at least let him say it.
He doesn't lose to him.
Holy what, Neil?
He's taking
That's the holy gospel, baby. All right.
Listen, at one time, Jared Goff was on the Rams, and he beat Patrick Mahomes twice.
Just arguably the best game ever played in NFL history. But
2 different teams, 2 different wins.
That was a classic. That was
classic.
Bro, I remember being up.
I almost went to the hospital after that game.
I had Kels and Mahomes on my fantasy team, and I was just like, oh my goodness, oh my God. I think I put up 250 points that week.
Yeah, that was.
Nah, you know what I'll never forget in the game is Gerald Everett tiptoed down the sidelines in the corner.
He caught that dime too.
But the funniest part about that whole game was it was an offensive explosion and a defensive
4 defensive score, and there was 4 defensive scores in that game too.
Yes.
We can't forget about that. Marcus Peters sealed it with an interception.
You Bakum or whatever his name is, the linebacker.
Ebukam,
yeah.
Yep, Samson Ebukam.
He had like a pick 6 fumble.
He had a pick 6 and a fumble. Aaron Donald sack fumble. What up, Joe?
Julius.
Yeah, Julius.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
Julius paid me my money. Listen, he
Oh.
paid me my money as soon as the Titans turned the ball over in the 4th quarter.
You know it.
Don't make no dumb bets ever again.
What was the bet?
Save your money. $20.
Oh.
A couple months ago.
Not bad.
I kind of forgot about it. We got the ball back, getting ready to nil it, and then
What else is new? What's getting a bet?
Lawrence winning. Yeah, Lawrence winning money.
I think he put like F Saints or something like that.
Gas money.
Exactly.
Gas money. $20.
Even that ain't filling your tank now.
That'll get you around.
That'll get you half a tank.
Gas station.
Yeah, that's about it.
But,
That's about it.
So, Lawrence, I'd just like for you to.
Should we do pick'em results first, Kenny? Before we do the quarterback graphic?
Yeah, we could. Where's
Just to get that out of the way.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty easy actually. So,
Yep.
I went 1-3. Lawrence went 2-2. Phil went 2-2. Oh, 1-3. And Neil went 2-2.
Damn.
So it's all right there.
Yeah, Phil. Yeah.
Phil.
What's going on?
Phil.
I didn't pick the Jets. I picked the Jets and Lions, didn't I?
Oh, wait. I lied. I got the Jets too. I'm sorry. I looked at this because
I was gonna say I picked the Jets. I picked the Jets too.
I was about to say I don't remember my.
Yeah, wait. So let me redo that. I went 2-2. Lawrence went.
I went 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Neil went 3-1.
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay, gotcha. It was that Giants game, wasn't it?
What?
I was like, hold on.
What threw me off is that the Jets were supposed to lose, which is a great segue. Into the next subject here. Lawrence, share the screen.
I got you.
Oh wait, it's already up. Oh, hold on.
He's not playing games.
Show it to us.
Wait a minute.
So this is, you can't see the logo, but this is turnover leaders since the year 2018.
Oh, I know this is going.
So you look at these, and like I clearly shouldn't see anybody like good on this list. Like if I do, maybe like way in the back, right? Like no way they're leading the pack. Like it's just not possible. Well, you would be mistaken.
Wow.
I mean, like I don't know, but you asked me.
Oh, Baker. Damn.
This is pretty terrible company to be part of.
Whoa, Jared Goff.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, Jared is right there. He's the one open the door.
It's since 2018. So this is like Jared Goff's second year. So, Kenny, you clearly picked 2018 because you just wanted to include Josh Allen's rookie year, and all quarterbacks turn the ball over their rookie year. So why would you do that, Kenny? That's not nice. You know what? You're right. Let's go to 2020.
Oh, multiple
He still has the most.
Jared Goff?
But look, I'm glad you brought up Jared Goff.
This Jared Goff slander is crazy.
Jared Goff had the second most, and that's because it included his early career.
And Jeff Fisher.
As his career progresses, Jared Goff slides all the way down to the 5 spot.
Oh yeah. And who stays in the top spot consistently?
Josh Allen is still number 1.
Yep.
Now, Kenny, clearly you're just picking and choosing. You picked 8. You picked 5. You must be doing this just because you don't want to include certain people because that's what you're doing. You're just trying to make Josh Allen look
He's
bad.
biased, everybody.
You know what? Let's put Josh Allen next to the two quarterbacks we love to compare him to and say he's on the same par as them. Well, let's see. Since 2020, which was Joe Burrow's first year, I mean, looks kind of crazy. Wait, I'm sorry. Mahomes' numbers are inaccurate. Let me fix that.
Okay, edit.
Yes.
He said live edit.
Because I gave
producer.
Josh Allen's number.
I was gonna say Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes have pretty similar numbers there.
Yeah, no, that's why I had Pat Mahomes turnovers since 2020. All right. So it should be 32 and 6, which makes 38.
Oh, that's a whole different number. Ooh,
Correct.
there it is.
So, something still looks weird here. Josh Allen, and now let's go to 2018. So I guess what I'm asking here is, at what point do these numbers start to matter? At what point do they matter? Because every year I keep hearing, he's an MVP. We're this, we're that. He's right there. It's 1A, 1B. It's like splitting hairs. This is not splitting hairs. Am I missing something? Like, at what point do the numbers actually matter? Do you have to do something at some point to be considered, I don't know, good?
Yeah. I also would like to throw in there possible, overtime wins, playoff game, playoff victories, conference championships, division championships, like maybe some numbers like MVPs, maybe, or All Pros, or Pro Bowls, or any type of like stat that proves that you belong in the top spot. All of those numbers for Josh Allen are 0. And I'm talking about, even you look at overtime wins. We love to say wins aren't a quarterback stat, but wins in overtime, they come down to your quarterback unless your defense makes a crazy good play. And
Special teams, like the Jets.
Josh Allen's never won a game in overtime. Never.
It's now a quarterback stat when they get paid as much as they do. It's a quarterback. It is a quarterback stat.
Well, if they win it, we count it. We give it to them, and if they lose it, so I guess we have to.
Yeah.
Right?
It's I don't know. I feel like everybody gets a different standard when it comes to that, which I think is bullshit. But
and also it's not like, it also comes down to like let's just say Bills fans say, oh my God, we're the only team that can't have a bad game. That's not the point. The point is that this happens year after year after year after year. Your favorites every year. You have the best quarterback in the league every single year. And he continues to play subpar. His numbers have just been decreasing year after year after year. And the way that you play that game against a team that had all of the hype in the world, they come out and their star MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback who went on Hard Knocks, played every single snap with all the first team, had the whole playbook written for himself, everything. The whole team was circled around one guy. He gets hurt in 4 plays. 4 fucking plays. 4 plays. He runs out with the flag on 9/11. He rallies the troops. 4 plays, done. And they see him getting into the tent. The crowd, you can't even hear. You can hear a fucking pin drop in there. And they bring Zach Wilson in, who has been dog shit. He has won 4 games in his career. 3, I think, before that game. He can't complete passes. He has no clue what the playbook is for himself. And you lose the game to him. You lose the game to him when all I hear about is this team with their acquisitions in the offseason, with their star MVP caliber quarterback, right? Gabe Davis, Kincaid, best defense, all of our offensive line, James Cook, and you lose. You lose.
Side note, someone did say Josh Allen completed more passes to Jets players than Aaron Rodgers did that night.
That's true. and you want to know why you lose? The special teams punt return is obviously, it's out of your hand as an offensive quarterback. But you know what's not out of your hands as a quarterback? 4 turnovers. 4 inexcusable turnovers.
When you're playing against
the same person,
the Zach Wilson-led Jets, all you have to do is not make a mistake. Like you don't even have to actually.
You don't even have to not make a mistake.
Right?
Yeah,
you can't make 4 of them.
Yeah,
like I can't comprehend how anybody can watch that game and be like, well, like it's all right. Like it was just a bad day. That was awful. He threw the ball to the other team 3 times, fumbled the ball twice on one play, and then lost it. I mean, and yes, obviously the punt return's not on Josh Allen, but the Bills in general. Then you lose the game on a punt return.
the Bills got the ball first in overtime.
Yes,
They got the ball first in overtime. Let's not get crazy, okay? Coin tosses have always mattered, right? All we hear about, the Bills complained about coin tosses. The Bills fans complained about that. Coin tosses mattering. And they get the coin toss first in overtime. New overtime rules, granted, but still.
No, it's not for the regular season. It's still the same thing. If
From
they
last year, right?
first
Kick a
touchdown-
field goal and you win?
No, not a field goal. But
Yeah. So I'm talking about they complained back to when.
No, that's been the rule for years. They complained they didn't get to touch the ball at all.
So you get the ball first, and you don't even get to the 50-yard line. You can't even get to midfield with your all-star team, Stephon Diggs, James Cook,
Okay.
Dawson Knox.
All right. So since we're on this topic, Kenny said a lot of things I had to say. I got a question.
Oh, it looks like I got a headache. Oof.
Is this dude any better than Cam Newton?
Oh,
But here's the thing: Cam Newton has an MVP.
overall,
Cam Newton
or
brought his team to the Super Bowl. We can't just sit here and
What's different than Josh Allen?
no. There's not.
No, I'm saying the Phil. What's the difference between them? I don't think there's much of a difference because we heard
MVP trophy,
dynamic runner. It's not much different.
what was Cam Newton's MVP? 2015.
The year they won
2015.
15-1 and they went to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's a difference right there. It's a big difference.
But there won't. But my thing is, like I said in the chat, he'll never get the opportunity to have a season like that because he's not gonna outdo Mahomes in any capacity ever.
And Cam had to go up against some nasty ass quarterbacks trying to win as well.
Here's the thing: last year they all but handed him the MVP before the year started. All he had to do was just
he got hurt.
play normal. Yeah, he got hurt, which
The
I'll
UCL. Yeah.
yes, the UCL. But
Yeah.
like, even just they wanted you to win it. All you had to do was just be good,
Just
And
drill and beat.
and you still couldn't beat Mahomes out.
So we got.
They gift drafted to you.
So if we're gonna split Josh Allen and Cam Newton, career numbers. Obviously, we know Cam Newton played 10 years. He played 2011 to 2021. He stopped actually playing in 2018. He played in 2020 for New England. He played 15 games, but he played a full career. His full career, if you want to count it, was 2011 to 2018. All right, so 7 years of actually playing 16 games of NFL football. He has, for his career, 32,000 passing yards, percentage of 60%, and how many touchdowns? 194 passing touchdowns. And how many interceptions do we have? 123 interceptions and 22 fumbles. So, we'll move over to Josh Allen in his career currently right now.
Rushing touchdowns.
I don't see rushing. This is just passing, so I haven't gotten to there yet. But we look at Josh Allen, who has played, not counting 2023, 2018 and 2022. Obviously, the numbers are going to be a little bit lower, but he's on pace to do pretty well. 18,000 passing yards already. 21. He already has 21 fumbles lost, and he has how many interceptions does he have? 63 interceptions already for his career. So. And I guess if you want to look at playoff numbers too, we could look at playoff numbers too. Cam Newton played in 7. Josh Allen played in 8. Cam Newton has 10 touchdowns. Josh Allen has 17. Josh Allen has 4 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Cam Newton has 7 interceptions and 4 fumbles. And they have, Josh Allen has more yards. So Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl and has an league MVP. Josh Allen has
the year and offensive player of the year.
And Josh Allen has nothing.
He has a beard. He didn't have that when he came in the league.
So, yeah.
No, I just it needed to be addressed because I'm very just we need. To
I'm on the same page as Kenny. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it to the point where it's like There's just no reason for it anymore. What has he done? What have you done? You're not better than Joe Burrow. You're not better than Patrick Mahomes. You're teetering with fucking Herbert and Tua. You're literally teetering with those two.
Trevor Lawrence season.
And don't even, and just, you better pray. Bills fans better pray that Trevor Lawrence doesn't take a step forward this year. You better pray, because
and I'm not saying Josh Allen is bad. Just stop putting him in the tier with
he's not.
With those
He's
guys.
not a 1A. He's not a
all I'm
1B.
saying.
Right. He's not a 1A. He's not a 1B.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
There
And
has
I
to
also don't want to hear it about your team anymore. Your team's not there anymore either. Stop it.
The Super Bowl. I'm going to go on a limb here and say the Super Bowl window for the Bills slammed shut 2 years ago. It's been slammed shut.
13 seconds.
That was the year that was done. You couldn't win that game. Your Super Bowl window's closed. You're not going to go to Super Bowl this year. Your roster's not that good. You lost your best defensive player. Von Miller's injured. You gave him $100 million to play 3 games for you.
I said it closed before that. I'd say it closed when they couldn't win the Super Bowl when they won 4 times in a row.
Oh
Shit. But I don't want to spend a whole episode on the Bills, but the bottom line is, sure, you're probably going to do good this year because, I mean, you still have Josh Allen is still a good. I mean, you're going to win games with Josh Allen. You're just going to. You have a playoff roster.
Before we go to the next game, we'll go through the kind of the week one recap. But my last words on it is there has to be some type of sliding scale for these guys. They cannot continuously stay in the position that you believe they were in 3 years ago because of their name. If they play horrific, you have to consider that they're sliding down from the 2 or 3 spot at the quarterback, Mount Rushmore, whatever it is currently.
It happened. Cam Newton is a good example. It happened to Cam Newton. He won MVP the year after he won MVP. And it didn't even in the Super Bowl. He didn't play well in the Super Bowl, and they said, "Wow, this guy didn't deserve MVP." This guy didn't do just because he didn't play good in 1 game. Josh Allen hasn't played good in 2 years. He's been declining.
I think it's the marketing too. The fact that it is the Bills versus the Carolina Panthers.
I agree, but it's all. But it's like.
But in reality, the Bills aren't a bigger market. Like Buffalo's not a big market.
Yeah,
they're not. It's Buffalo. You're
a bigger market than Buffalo by far.
You get your people in Buffalo, and that's about it.
Yeah, he has to show us something. He has to.
So when it happens this year, like I said, it was going to happen when the Jets I picked to win the division. I don't think they're going to win the division now. But when the Dolphins win the division, when the Dolphins win the division now,
great segue. Put that game right there early in the season. They put up 70 points in a game.
Stop, Steve.
Week 1. Yeah.
Stop, Steve.
Yeah.
Put some money on it.
And if they do,
all props to them.
I'm okay with saying, yo, damn, he showed up. He shut
100%.
But I don't.
He has yet to make me eat my words.
For the past 2 years, I've been saying, don't get it, and I haven't been proven wrong yet. Yeah. So when I am, I'll
admit it.
I was wrong. I've done it. Run the tape. Cleveland Browns. I trashed them. They proved me wrong. I am very willing to come on here and say I was wrong, but I'm not wrong yet. So I'm not gonna say it.
All right. How did y'all feel about the 4 o'clock window with the Chargers and Dolphins? Man?
I think two things from that. Oh, and welcome. The Bills suck. I think two things about that game. 2 things about that game, Lawrence.
Yep.
Number one, Tyreek Hill has emerged as the most unstoppable player offensively since Randy Moss.
Game breaking.
Since Randy Moss, I think.
Wide receiver 1.
And number two, Tua Tagovailoa, if protected and it stays healthy, is a problem.
He's like that.
He's a problem. And we knew this, though, because Kenny and I said this. What was the problem with Tua the whole time? Everybody hated on him. He didn't lose. Like, he just doesn't lose games when he plays them. Going back to college, he doesn't lose games.
Look at the Dolphins last year. When Tua was on the field, which unfortunately was not as often as everyone would have liked because of his concussions, but when Tua was on the field, they were arguably the best team in football, and it really wasn't that close sometimes.
And are we watching the game too, are we going to now? I love Justin Herbert. I love watching the talented dude.
It's another thing. It's
Listen,
another thing.
I love Justin Herbert, but he's in the same boat as Josh Allen for me.
You gotta start.
At what point do you have to do something for me to say, "Oh yeah, you are really good"? Like you look at his talent, he's dripping with talent, but
You can't blame your defense every
And I think if it continues, like if they lose like 4 or 5 more games, how they lost with because of the defense getting shit on, what's name has to go.
So Staley's got to go.
He's gonna have to go.
Staley's got to go.
He should have been fired after last year.
Imagine being a defensive coach
And
not
getting
having a good defense
and getting 500 yards put up on you by a quarterback and almost a 3-piece by Tyreek.
We hired you because you're a defensive mind. Your defense might be one of the worst in the league.
He went into his interview and said, "Yeah, Justin Herbert's got offense, but he needs a defense. I got you." And he hasn't got them since he entered that team.
It's not. It's indicative of one. I think Justin Herbert has been, besides Eckler, I think Justin Herbert has kind of been void of weapons as far as that division goes. He has Keenan Allen, who's been injured, and Mike Williams is a deep threat. I know everybody likes to say. Everybody likes to say Mike Williams, but Mike Williams
He's gotta be healthy.
He can't keep any of those. He was throwing to Josh fucking Palmer last year. I would like to see a full year.
Keenan was doing
and I totally hear
yes,
you. But
he was.
Look through the league. Every quarterback is like, he's had talent there. Maybe they're injured at times, but look through the league. Everybody's had to deal with an injury at some point in the season. Nobody has their weapons for the whole season. That's just
I agree. I agree.
That separates you too.
I agree. But I also think that the Chargers are so top heavy at their skill positions, and it happens.
Fuck that, because the Rams are top heavy too. But look what Matt Stafford just did with Puka.
Well, Matt Stafford's different. But
Why not? Why is he different?
Matt Stafford's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Okay, but Justin Herbert they put in the conversation like he is.
No.
But that's my point.
This man Tyreek Hill might actually get 2,000 yards. Like he said this in the preseason with the way he's playing right now.
He's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy.
Did you guys actually? I watched that whole game because
I had the split screen going on. I had that game and I had the Rams game same time. I watched it.
Two was dialed in, man. Dialed in.
Ryan Clark.
And he should call up Ryan Clark and say, "Watch your mouth."
He's like,
"Watch your mouth. Don't ever speak about my body."
Let me tell you, I worked out now.
Get ready for the season.
Hit him with
440 on their head, man.
Crazy.
But Ryan Clark did apologize though, so
yeah.
Crazy.
With this.
But I think that team wins the division and possibly sees the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
What was Waddle's stats? Did he
Waddle didn't really do much. I think he had 12 fantasy points. So
he had like 75 receiving yards.
Yeah,
on like 5 catches.
Let's see. I got.
But he also was getting vultured by what is it, Smythe, and then
Bruce Smythe, yeah.
And then Crosscraft or whatever his name is.
Toby says the Chiefs' run is over. Who dethrones them?
Yeah. You're a Cowboys fan. Don't say the Cowboys.
Oh man, we do the same shit. Maybe we'll talk about the Giants Cowboys game, but like I don't want to do this shit with you Cowboys fans because this shit happens every single year.
40 seconds.
Every single year this shit happens with the Cowboys. They play a fucking shit team in the beginning of the year. They beat the shit out of them, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line, you just lose.
They said chip us.
Yeah. Lose. You're not doing shit. You're in the worst division in football. It has been for years. You should sweep that division every year, and you don't. So,
speaking of stepping up though and weapons and all that stuff, we would be very, very, very not doing our job if we did not mention how piss poor the Cincinnati Bengals performed. I don't care that you just always lose to the Browns. Like that's fine, but you got killed. And Joe Burrow, you didn't even go for 85 yards. That's disgusting.
The highest paid player in NFL history?
Not only always losing.
That was nasty work.
But at the same time, calling them men elves before the game and getting kicked in the game for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And then doubling down in the press conference saying that they're elves still. and you
No,
got
actually,
locked up.
well, he said it's embarrassing because I called them elves and we just lost to some elves. So
No,
he
so
wasn't
yeah,
like
so-
actually like
Oh,
it
okay.
was
I
kind of
saw
like
Paul-
Yeah,
I
he said
saw
that like
Paul
that,
throw
yeah.
in. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns defense came to play that game. Oof.
I don't even know if it was the Browns
We're-
defense. I think the
They
Bengals did
finished
it.
it up,
The
yeah.
Bengals did it last year too, though, and the year before that.
Higgins
They just
got
start
out-
off really bad.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be-
But that was another
bad,
level. That was another level.
like they had me
Bengals,
thinking
you
like
said Bengals,
maybe.
Ravens, Dolphins, all over Chiefs this year.
Yeah, I'm not entertaining that right now. We're talking about something else. We can go back to that, but what are we gonna do? Argue with text and the thing? Like, no, but the Bengals. I mean, like I was watching that game and I said to myself, "Wow, was I just a year early?" Because remember last year I said, "Oh, Super Bowl hangover,"
They were going to make the playoffs, yeah.
and I was proven very wrong. But I mean, after watching Week 1, I said, "Oh my God, this is bad."
Bad, really bad. That was really bad.
T. Higgins 8 targets, no catches. I get you had a good
After you say you want to get paid,
but not one catch.
Really
not
bad.
One.
Locked
He
up.
threw the ball to you 8 times. You're supposed to accidentally catch the ball once.
Really bad.
He said the clamps is out there.
right? He had a.
Man. I don't know, man.
Chase didn't have a good game either.
That whole
No one had a good
division
game.
didn't look good though, because even the Browns won 24-3, and that was the weakest 24-3 win I ever saw though, because Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
did not play well either.
Yeah.
He threw a pick
150
as well.
yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? And then Pittsburgh. Oh my God.
Well-
they didn't even know how to play football.
Well, I don't know. So here's the thing with that game. I don't really know if you can put that game on Pittsburgh because I think San Francisco is that good.
Yes, I agree with you. San Francisco is that good, but they also look that bad. That was a perfect example of two things can be true at the same
Y'all
time.
hear,
Yeah.
y'all hear what Trent said? Trent said, I was tired.
Oh, I wanted
hoping-
them to get
hoping the
touchdown,
Steelers. Yeah, I was hoping the Steelers actually put offense together because I was getting tired of the 3 and outs.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that the Steelers looked bad, but I really, really think that they just ran into a fucking juggernaut, and I think that team's that good that it's gonna make any team they play look bad. If they're a mediocre team, if they're not a juggernaut team or a Super Bowl contending team, they're gonna look like that against that team.
Deontay Johnson's out for 4 weeks now, so it's going to be a little bit rougher for them.
Oh, good thing they got Allen Robinson. Let's see what he can do.
Well, Allen Robinson actually was their leading receiver last week. He had like 64 yards. He actually looked like kind of the old.
Oh, yeah, because Pickens had that whole drama with him and his Instagram and everything. With post game, oof.
Yeah, so which
And
makes
then-
me very scared for the Rams 49ers game this weekend because it's just gonna be a fucking massacre.
Well, and then Baltimore, that was ugly. I mean, well, again, I've
It
never
was a
seen,
win, but it was ugly.
again, blowouts. I've never seen uglier blowouts than I saw in some of these games this weekend.
Yeah.
Lamar looked rusty as hell.
Lamar
Oof.
looked, terrible. And
Oof.
where he came out in the press conference and apologized for how rusty he looked. I mean, that whole division was just.
All the quarterbacks that got paid look like shit.
Do you know what
Yep.
the problem is? We're not
What's
playing
that?
preseason games. It used to be only a couple teams would do it, whatever. But now
They need
it's
to
like
play. They
everybody.
need to play something.
Right now, everybody's just not playing at all. Perfect example is my freaking Falcons. I mean, they treated Desmond Ritter like he was a Lamborghini. Like, oh, can't take him out during preseason. God forbid. And then we came out to the game, and 3rd and 5, and we're afraid to let him throw the ball. Well, maybe if you let him play all preseason, we'd be okay.
Oh yeah, because
Even if it's one or two drives.
yeah. Oh yeah, the quarterbacks that got paid, what Burrow, Lamar, Hurts, and Daniel Jones, 1 touchdown total. I think I saw a stat on that.
That's
First
the
weekend.
one.
Oof.
And
Bad.
they all have in common, they didn't play in the preseason.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford didn't play in the preseason either. 400 yards, dotted up that defense.
He's different. Listen.
Didn't play all preseason, threw 444 yards to Puka Nakua and Tutu Atwell.
He's also
Pikachu.
clearly, but it was an anomaly. Though. If you look at majority of the guys that
Yeah.
looked hideous,
Yep.
they didn't play.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that will do it. That will definitely do it. Now, what about how we feeling about the Vikings?
That was disgusting.
The Bucks
Absolutely
won the game.
disgusting.
Baker was baking.
I mean, I mean, Kirk Cousins. is another guy that we come with. Not me, but there's people that continuously defend Kirk Cousins because of his stats, but continuously shows piss poor performances all the time. He just lost to Baker Mayfield.
That whole team lost to Baker Mayfield. I mean, I totally get what you're saying, but like I'm not watching the game and saying this game is on Kirk Cousins. That was just the team shit down their leg.
Yeah,
That
they
defense-
thought,
yeah, that
they
defense
thought
is
they thought it
terrible.
was gonna be easy work.
Yeah, they had no blocking on the O line. Their defense didn't step up. I mean, yes, again, Kirk didn't played great. Well, he threw for 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. I mean, we're not going to sit here and say that they lost because of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, the defense, O-line. Also, Mike Evans can really get 1K yards for any quarterback. It looks like. What was it? He's at 1,000 yards every single season so far in his career.
Compare the two quarterbacks. Baker went 21 of 34, 173, 2 touchdowns. Kirk went 33 of 44, 344, 2 tutties and a pick. I mean, there's no way I'm going to look at that game and say you lost because of Kirk. I just can't.
Yes, defense and also Alexander Madison got written out the game because of the whole situation. Wait, what was his stats?
He had 11 for 34, but he shouldn't have been written out of the game because it was a close game.
But they took him out.
They had only 11 rushes.
Yeah, only 11 carries.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they wanted to pass more. I don't know.
They'll change up because you got to think about that. The Bucks defense their front seven is always good, so it'll be tough to run the ball against them.
I don't really think at all. I mean, he's been a top
even
top
though I
five.
don't want to give him respect.
He's been a top 5, a top 7 wide receiver for 6 years.
I don't think he disrespected. I just think realistically, he's never been one. He's never been.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything special.
Right. So he's always going to be in the top 10, but like he's going to be closer to the 10 than he is the 5, because he's never been the best receiver in the league.
He ain't more game breaking than when Julio was. He's not more game breaking than AB, Tyreek Hill, D Hop. It's just not the same. He's low key a one trick pony, 9 route. He's bigger than everybody. He's gonna get 1,000.
He's
with Baker, J-Bo, or Tom Brady.
But it's like he's never. I've never said to myself, Mike Evans might be the best receiver in the league. And all those guys we just named, at some point you were like, they're probably the best receiver in the league.
At no point was he the best ever. So, but you still give him his respect.
100%.
He's gonna get another 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, but you could say that. So the same thing that could be said about Brandon Cooks, right? He's been 1,000 yards every single year he's been in the league, and people say, well, because he just gets 1,000 yards, right? Like Mike Evans scores touchdowns too, but he just doesn't. It's not like he doesn't jump off your screen. It's like, oh, there's Mike Evans again with a touchdown.
He don't make anybody. He doesn't make anybody miss. He doesn't do any of that. So,
like, if I need a consistent guy, like 100%, I would think like, oh, give me Mike Evans or Brandon Cooks. But if you're telling me like you want the absolute best receiver, those two aren't coming to mind.
No,
Jettis, Chase, etc.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now Vikings got the Eagles this upcoming week. Real challenge. Oof.
Yeah, let's hope it's better than last year's prime time.
Oh, and it's on prime. Oh, well.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Our cousin's time. Prime time.
It's Brucey time.
Maybe because it's not actually TV and it's like streaming on Amazon Prime, like maybe that'll make a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Jordan,
and then mind you, me and Kenny, we got to see him play
times a year. Right.
Yeah,
and he don't be doing shit against Lattimore.
Yeah,
so
he's a big stat.
I get to watch him for the other games.
Big stat wide receiver doesn't jump off your screen.
Listen, I love watching that game. I went to the Saints Bucks last year, and within 50 plays of the game, he's getting kicked out for trying to fight Lattimore because Lattimore's locking him the fuck up. Yep. So.
Also, Jordan Addison looked really good that Vikings game. That's some good potential there.
Speaking of Jordans, Jordan Love
kicked
away.
Them boys still own them boys.
I was just gonna say, is it that Green Bay was good and he was good, or is it just that Green Bay?
It's Green Bay and Chicago.
Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Jones just gives away the land ownership.
Yeah, that's
Not by Aaron Jones though, with the hamstring. Oof.
He out?
Neil, we still confident that Washington finishes better than the Cowboys?
No, that ain't happening.
Cowboys almost lost to the Cardinals, who were actively trying to lose.
That ain't happening. Well, I would like to see the Redskins. I'd like to see what the fuck is their team name? I don't even know.
Commanders.
Yeah, I would like to see the Commanders with. I would like to see Chase Young play football again. Like where? He's been out. I don't even know. When's the last time he played?
2 years ago.
He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, he hasn't played in 2 years.
Like, I would like to see a game-breaking, fucking game-altering top 10 defensive player when he's out there play football again.
He gave the Bucks the scare and never returned.
They might ship him off though. That's been the talk since he's been out.
I mean, he might retire from football if he can't stay on the fucking field. How old is he?
20,
25?
Yeah.
Yep.
Max.
He's
He's
only
gotta
in
be
his
max
fourth year.
25. Yeah, he's got to be max 25.
Does he sign a rookie deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
That's
declined their option, so free agent after
They
this
probably
year.
want to see what he does this year.
Yeah.
Which was
which
dumb,
is
because the fifth-year
nothing.
option is going to be cheaper than what he's going to command on the open market.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, Jordan Love. I mean, he looked pretty good.
He did look pretty good. And
Romeo Dobbs.
I was gonna say, talk about like how I brought up the weapons with Herbert.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dobbs.
right. That
Yeah.
boy ain't got no weapon.
Dobbs be running like he got a broken.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a perennial top 10 running back in the league.
Right, but if you look
But-
at Aaron Jones, he's spread it because Aaron Jones was the leading receiver in the game with 86 yards, and your leading rusher was Justin Fields with 59. So Jordan Love did that like.
And
spread
Christian
that
Watson
out.
was out too.
How y'all feel about Justin Fields?
Yeah, I don't really know about Justin Fields to be honest anymore. Like I really like him as a running back, but like
We can't tell still because
We gotta
he
go to Rock.
snaps
We gotta go
snaps
to
the
Rock.
ball, and here's 4 defenders in front of him. Like I still don't know. I still don't know how he can play
O-line
football.
is still
He's
busted
never
off.
had a chance.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
They're trying to help him. They're getting some type of
Yeah.
talent around him, but
What? Oh, they got him DJ Moore.
I feel like he's what they want Lamar to be.
I
Running back.
understand. I need more context because that
Lamar's the MVP.
yeah, I don't understand.
I think he meant. I feel like he's.
Or like playing style.
They want
maybe.
Lamar. He wants to be like Lamar.
Nah, that's not what he said. He said he's what they want Lamar to be.
Like the narrative around him.
Running back. Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I think a lot of people are on record saying Justin Fields has a phenomenal arm. Like everybody just knows we're never going to see it in Chicago because he never has a chance to sit back there and actually throw the ball.
Yep. He has to run for his life every single possession.
So yeah, I don't know. Once they get more pieces around him, they get the people to protect him.
Absolutely.
I think we'll see a little bit more. We've seen flashes last season. We've seen a lot of flashes. Hopefully, we get to see a bit more consistent this year.
I think. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I'm going to change subjects.
I was going to as well.
Oh. Speaking of flashes, C.J. Stroud, they all told me Ohio State quarterbacks can't play. 242 yards in his first game against Baltimore, who is historically a good defensive team. Just saying.
Who was fucking running for his life all game long. You want to talk about getting the ball snapped and with 4 guys in his face? He must have ran 300 yards just left and right that game.
Like Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Like Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And he got tossed around like a doll.
42?
Yeah.
Just saying.
To a rookie wide receiver and a wide receiver coming off a torn ACL 2 years ago, by the way.
Any picks?
Yeah, no, I don't think he had a pick.
Maybe one. Maybe?
I don't think he had one.
He had no touchdowns.
No picks, no touchdowns, no picks.
Hey,
42. I'll take
as
that.
a rookie, you take that.
You take it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he looked better than
You
Bryce Young.
don't. Which I was just gonna say, you don't take the Bryce Young game.
Brycey looked bad.
Although I will say, let's not act like the Falcons defense.
So I had 2 things. I had 2 things I wanted to, actually 3 things I wanted to bring up. I had 3 things I wanted to bring up. I'll start off. Number 1, there's 3 things that we have to talk about on this podcast, and there's 3 things that we have to talk about now. Number 1, we have to talk about the Falcons because the Falcons are coming out here and they're looking like division winners. Number 2, we got to talk about the Saints because the Saints came out against a way better team than the Falcons played, and they're looking like they could be division winners as well. And number 3, we got to talk about the Rams coming out with not a single fucking player over the age of 23 besides like 4 guys, and they come out and lay it on the playoff team from last year in the Seahawks. They let them to 0 points in the second half.
Is there a 4th thing by any chance, or just those 3?
We don't care about the Patriots.
Mike Jones.
I'm just saying the talking points that need to be talked about, which did get talked about by experts around the league, are those 3 things right there. The Rams, crazy first game, blew everybody away. Bijan might actually win offensive player. He's so fucking good. And your quarterback didn't play bad either, which I wasn't expecting.
He had the most efficient. He just didn't throw the ball.
I think when he throws the ball, he needs to get the ball to London. He needs to get the ball to Pitt.
Yeah, Drake London was MIA that whole game, man. They were trying to.
He only threw it to him one time.
Yeah, he was.
But
Him and Tia
but
Higgins,
also-
twins.
Yeah, oh my God, Geno Smith yelling, "Oh my God!" When that was.
crazy.
But when you see Aaron Donald running at you full steam, what are you gonna say?
Yep. We would all have the same
point
reaction.
out on the Rams thing, I was ahead of everybody when I said the Rams would be good this year and the Seahawks were fool's gold. I only have been saying that since last year. But no, Kenny doesn't know what he's talking about. I told you.
When you got a guy like Stafford, you are able to
Not just so. Here's the one thing I do want to talk about. Then we could go to another game after that. But the one thing I want to talk about with that game specifically is there was reports in that game. They were talking about it. Matthew Stafford's healthy. Last year was not healthy at all, which makes sense, right? They went deep They went deep the year before that. They went all the way. Obviously, they went all the way to the Super Bowl, and they didn't have a bye week till late that year. And Stafford played injured that whole year. And he said it multiple times. He's healthy this year, and you could tell he had a fucking 9-yard rush. He had 2 first downs back to back rushing, and he's throwing to guys like. All right, don't get me wrong, like. Tutu Atwell, I'm going to consider him a bust. I mean, what was he, a second-round pick for us? He ain't put – I think he was because we drafted him over Creed Humphrey, who is the lineman for –
Oh, yeah, if that's the case, he was early.
The Chiefs?
Yeah, we picked him when we needed him. Yeah, we grabbed him second-round pick 57 in 2021. So he came out – he emerged a little bit last year, but he had Baker. So what are you going to do? And now he's out here playing good. I mean – 6 for 119 is crazy. So Matt Stafford's coming out here with throwing the ball to Tutu Atwell, Tyler Higbee, and Puka Nacua. Pikachu.
That's good.
334 yards and had almost a perfect passer rating. So I don't know what to say. I mean, if the offensive line that I thought was going to be absolute dog shit this year can keep Stafford, didn't get sacked in that game, can keep him clean like that all year, the Rams go back to the playoffs and it's not going to be close.
All depends on Cooper Kupp. Healthy.
And that's right. We didn't even have Cooper Kupp. I almost forgot that we didn't have Cooper Kupp that game because I'm watching Puka Nacua just dot and route everybody and catch everything. Like, what the fuck is going on?
15 receptions?
15? No, how many did he have?
That was 15 targets.
15 targets, 10 receptions for 119.
Nice.
Fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy. But, Lawrence, I do want to talk about the Saints, too.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Saints. I was impressed with the Saints because I was not expecting them to do anything this year. They look like they have a team that can compete, especially when they get back AK, right? They're going to get AK back. I know, you need him back.
I'm tired of this. I'll try to tell Joe. People try to tell me Jamal Williams is going to be.
He's not a bell cow back. He's a goal line running back. He's been his whole career.
There's a reason why he's had one good year in his whole career.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
Because last year they just got to the 1-yard line and said, "Here you go, Jamal."
Listen, people don't. I don't think people really study their teams. They just watch them, and it is what it is. They don't really understand like how people play and how to fit on another team. Like Jamal Williams is not going to be the guy to catch the ball to backfield.
No,
miss.
Right.
He listen. The O line was rough, but he was missing. He was missing gaps and holes the entire game.
Well, also
I went back and look too.
Another thing that AK does that it really goes on. If you don't watch football and you don't know football, really, you would miss this. But AK puts hella pressure on your linebackers, outside linebackers and inside linebackers, because they got to follow him all over the place. They got to follow him in the flats. They got to follow him in the corners. They got to follow him everywhere. And when you don't have that threat, you can blitz linebackers, and you saw that in the game. And like Lawrence said, if you don't have a guy that knows how to do pass pro, which you don't, because Jamal Williams is a goal line running back, like strictly a goal line running back, or maybe like a red zone running back. You're not really passing the ball that much there.
And I think in the game too, the Titans. I always give the Titans their front four respect because those dudes.
They have a great front four.
Some B. Simmons destroys everything guard to guard every game.
He's one of the best defensive tackles in the league, probably top 4.
And I think when you go in that game too, my highlights for the game, I just wanted to see what they were going to do with Shaheed, what they were going to do with Michael Thomas, and what is Carr going to do when he does get hit. Is he going to bounce back, or is he going to go into oblivion mode like he did with the Raiders, start throwing interceptions, fumbling? He bounced back, and Shaheed.
He said, "Run, just."
Shaheed played really good, and I think Michael Thomas is an afterthought, and I think he's the third receiver now on that team. To me,
Shaheed. And I knew he was going to have a good year this year. I drafted him. I thought he had a decent end to the year last year with a bad quarterback play. Now you have a quarterback that loves to throw the ball deep, and you have a good deep threat that can catch the ball and actually route. He's gonna have a good year this year. And
I've been saying it for the past 2 years on this podcast. We need somebody to get past the safeties. We haven't had anybody.
well, you also haven't had a quarterback that can throw the ball past the safeties either. So yeah, and also great. Lawrence highlighted this last week. Juwan Johnson. He's a very good tight end. He's overlooked in that offense, but he's going to be very good. I think now everybody does say that week 1 is a lie, but there is some things about week 1s that you can pick up and say that can transfer, that can move over. I think looking at that division, I think the teams to beat are the Falcons and the Saints because I think Bryce Young is 1 year too early, and the Bucks are the Bucks.
I don't know. Yeah,
Baker's got 2 or 3 games in him, and then he's gonna get the tape will come out. And
Kenny, I think we played late this season.
Yeah, we played both times late. By the time it's gonna be playoff.
Right.
Cooked up. We gotta see each other early.
The script.
Falcons. I mean, if you watch the Falcons, which I doubt many people watch the Falcons, like it's kind of scary because, as we noted, Kyle Pitts and Drake London really were not part of the game script at all, and they still put up 24 points. Like, Bijan Robinson carried the ball 10 times, had 6 catches. Tyler Algier.
Yo, Kenny, and before you go,
all 24 points. Any defensive scores or?
No, all offense.
Yo, Kenny, before you go, I just want to thank you. So you can send a thank you to your team for taking J.C. Horn out for next week. Because Tony and money's in the bank on the Saints now. Over on every receiver.
He was non-contact too.
Yeah, over on every receiver.
Oh.
Now J.C. Horn was supposed to be one of those top guys. Now this is his 3rd injury in a row now.
Yep, non-contact. I think every one of them too.
every single one of them. He's got weak ligaments.
Yikes. I mean, Bijan touched the ball.
Davis likes
16 times. He averaged over 5 yards a touch every time he touched the ball. Tyler Algier had 75 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Like, let's not forget for 1 second that Tyler Algier went for 1,000 last year.
And then the Falcons said, "Watch this, stupid. We're gonna go and take another running back."
Like Tyler Algier went for 1,000 last year on a bad offense.
It's kind of crazy because when the Falcons drafted Bijan, everyone, why you draft him so high? I told everybody, you guys can attest to this. Arthur Smith's offense, the running back is the quarterback. He doesn't throw the ball. So drafting Bijan Robinson was drafting your quarterback. Yeah. And the way that they just played, Ritter threw the ball 18 times for 15 completions, had 115 yards, and a touchdown. Was it pretty? Absolutely not. But if you put up 24 points,
got the job done.
More likely than not, you should be winning football games, especially if you have Jesse Bates, who's going to pick the ball off twice, force a fumble. I mean, the defense was actually getting to the quarterback. Jesse Bates was in the back. I haven't seen the Falcons look like this since we went to the playoffs in 2017.
Such a sneaky good pickup, that Jesse Bates pickup. I didn't even know he was such a good pickup for them. Not to mention you still got Terrell, who Jalen Ramsey's out right now. I think Terrell's, besides Sauce, I think Terrell's the number 2 lockdown corner in the league right now. He's locked down.
And then Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree. I mean, like, they brought in so much defensive talent.
And I think too, when you look at a young backfield, like, the energy is different than a backfield that has an older guy in it than to bring a new guy. There's kind of that tension.
Lawrence, Lawrence, just explain to the people real quick. I mean, we never played sports at a high level. Explain to the people real quick how fucking crazy that Bijan touchdown was.
As an athlete,
to catch the ball and to immediately make the guy just. I mean, he was dead to rights.
I was watching the Saints game on one monitor, had red zone, and then I see him catch it. And he playing that, so yeah, he's gonna be a problem. We gotta take him out. First quarter, he's gotta go.
Crazy.
I hope he's good after that.
He made 4 guys miss on a screen pass.
Like I said, he was dead to rights. I
said,
why did
that's a tackle for a loss?
And then I was like, it's
my God. Magic.
It's just certain guys that have
twitchy
gravity, they have everything together.
Right.
Like, you can see him get hit.
Send the hit out.
Right.
Like, he's a dude when he's running, some guy can come full speed to hit him and he's just gonna get
by him. Right.
It's not gonna change.
Right.
They gave him the right number because he's electric.
Send the hit out. Send the hit out.
Electric.
I said it in the chat. We got a problem.
I don't know. See, like Lawrence said, there's guys that are like that, right? But there's guys that are like that, and then there's guys that don't look like that are like that. And he's one of those guys that are just like, you can tell, like, he catches the ball or he gets the ball, and you know he's twitchy, right? But then you got guys like
I know he was different when in the Texas game. he broke his vertebrae when he got flipped on his neck.
That was crazy.
I was like, yeah, he's gonna be crazy because
I saw that.
What his body made up. Flexi seal.
He's got rubber. He's rubber.
It's flexi seal itself.
Crazy.
Like, craziness.
Crazy.
But I do want to shout out. Demario Davis though. His daughter before the game had a seizure the night before and played in the game. Didn't say nothing to nobody and led the game with 10 tackles, which is pretty fucking insane.
Oh, wow.
So, which is pretty wild. But I think, like you said, I'm Kenny. Know like even when Ridley was on his team, I always give Ridley his props. I love
Kevin Ridley this week too.
I love watching great players. That's what my issue is with a lot of football fans. They can't just enjoy players, regardless of the rivalry. Still fuck the Falcons. But when somebody's good, they good.
Really, you could not like them, but you got to respect what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like
you got to respect. You got to
I
like.
don't like Olave, but I damn sure respect Olave.
So that's why I highlighted those 3 games because I think those 3 games. I think that those teams earned respect after those 3 games. Right? You got 3 very young teams. You got 3 teams that are at least 2 very young teams, and you got the Saints that are you really didn't expect to do much, but they come out and they're like, we're here. Like we're not gonna go away.
Defense was clicking, man. I'm over here screaming.
Tannehill's jersey's still on the field back there somewhere.
3 picks.
And bro, Chris Olave, man, he runs like he's on like a treadmill or something, and it's just another speed.
He floats.
Yeah.
It's just another speed. It's really, really crazy.
Yeah,
but
with him and
Shaheed,
it's going to be really hard for defenses to guard one or the other. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard.
That trio reminds me of, Lawrence, when the Falcons, obviously not the same talent level because Julio was on a whole different level, but when the Falcons had Julio, Sanu, and Taylor Gabriel, where Olave and Thomas are so obviously in this case, Thomas is like Sanu, where he's listed as a number 2 receiver. He's going to be your number 2 guy, but like Gabriel was so electric that you were more excited about him than Sanu, even though Sanu was actually better. And that's going to be the thing with Shaheed and Michael Thomas. Like clearly, Michael Thomas is better, but Shaheed is going to be so electric that you're going to be more excited every time.
And I had said it too before. Like this is before Breeze retired or getting ready to retire, and I was hoping they could recreate it. Is Robert Meacham, Devery Henderson, Lance Moore, Marcus Colston, and it's kind of there. Devery Henderson used to push the field. Lance Moore used to push the field. So
right,
I'm excited.
Marcus Colston was one of my favorite wide receivers ever to play the football. By the way, I know
super consistent, and he was around that 900, 950, 1,000
every year. I had him on my fantasy, and he caught touchdowns too. Drew Brees that was his guy in the red zone. So I mean, we do have to talk about the Jets. We got to talk about the Jets. And we got to talk about. I mean, we talked about the Bills. We didn't really talk about the game as much as we just talked about the Bills. But I think we got to talk about the Jets a little bit.
Shout out to the Jets for
getting it done.
Going through that and seeing that happen and
adversity. Wild.
Yeah. So I mean, for people that haven't played sports before, when you watch your guy go down and get injured, it's different. Like you have a different feeling inside you, and you're like, well, damn. Like
it takes all the energy out.
It just sucks the life right out of you, and to come back and do that.
That play sheet gone,
gone. Ripped it right up.
Where does Zach Wilson play?
Hackett definitely came down from the press box.
He had to talk to him.
He had to call the game from the side.
So I mean, they had this game plan in place for months, right? Like they knew their play since the schedule came out. Aaron Rodgers is in the lab with Hackett. That's one of his favorite coaches in the league, and he said it's his favorite coach. They were in the lab with each other since the fucking schedule came out and said these are our first 50 plays. And that's they were scheduled, 50 plays. And then he goes down after 4. So that's what I think, to me personally, that Jets defense is so fucking good. You have to put a quarterback.
Quinnen Williams was
destroyed. The Jets defense is so good. You have to put a quarterback back there that just won't turn the ball over. You just need a game manager back there, and you're good.
Solomon Thomas. You had Quinnen Williams. You got Jermaine Johnson.
Jordan Whitehead.
What do you do?
Bro, you know what? You know what would be good for this team, which it's a shame it probably won't happen, but Trey Lance.
I'm exactly.
If you put Trey Lance on this team, that would be his time to put up or shut up, right? If you go out and grab Trey Lance and say, "Come be the quarterback for this team right now." We have the craziest defense ever. Like, you have weapons. We have a good offensive coach. Like,
What you got?
I got
Kenny? What you got?
another name for you. Same team, different backup. Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush came in and won
about it.
games. He beat the Rams last year.
He's on an expiring deal.
Yeah.
Alice, you know you're going to lose him anyways.
Right.
If
Get
New
some
York
capital.
if New York calls you today and says, we'll give you a 5th-round pick for him, that's more than you're going to get for him in February.
You're going to lose him straight up. That's a really good Kenny. That is a great, yeah.
Maybe Jacoby Brissett.
Or Gardner Minshew. I mean,
the thing is, but a guy like Jacoby Brissett is going to be more expensive to get because
he's one of the best backups.
If Washington is in the hunt and Sam Howell really stinks, they're going to
They're going to put him in there. Yeah.
And Gardner Minshew, same thing, is going to be more expensive because he's the adult in the room for Anthony Richardson.
Well, also Anthony Richardson just got hurt.
Yes.
Too.
So those guys are going to be way more expensive than Cooper Rush would be.
Yeah.
I was originally all in on the call Matt Ryan, and then I said to myself, wait a minute, Kenny. No offensive line. We've watched this poor guy.
We've seen this happen for years.
I don't wish this on him. Never mind. Stay where you are.
Stay in the booth.
I love you, Matt. I don't want you to get hurt. I would love to see you get a ring, but not behind this line.
You know what?
Did a nasty during the game too.
Matt Ryan, the 28-3 shit. I saw that. Dude, as much as I would hate to see it, and as much as I would hate for it to happen, Tom Brady would fit.
2 things.
He would fit.
It came out today that he said he's fully retired.
No, I know, but he would fit.
Number 2, why it would never work. Tom Brady, when he came to Tampa, what was the first thing he told them? Fix this line or I'm not starting.
Yeah, that line is not going to hold up with him.
So he ain't going there because that line is so
atrocious. The
line isn't as terrible. I think they played against a really good defensive front in the Bills. The line isn't as terrible as it was planned out to be in that game. Obviously, the Bills' defensive front is elite. Did
you watch him in the preseason too?
That's preseason football.
Right, exactly. They all their starters played against everyone else's backups, and they got torched.
That's preseason football. They'll hold up. They'll hold up. I do agree that you do need a more mobile guy.
One hit to Brady. He's out first of the year.
Yeah, well, so I think you just roll. I think you just roll with Zach Wilson. You tell Zach Wilson, you bring him in, right? The coach brings him in.
You gotta tighten up.
The coach brings him in, right? Offensive coordinator brings him in. Coach brings him in. Rodgers is in the room, and they sit down and they say, "Listen, man, you got the keys to the fucking car. You cannot crash it. You can't, or we're gonna get somebody else." This is like, and I would be blunt. I would be straight up.
I think that conversation already been had.
No, it's gonna be had like right now. It's gonna be had right now, and they're gonna say
it happened at halftime when they realized what happened to Aaron.
Yeah, but
I think Aaron pulled him into the training room and said, "Listen here, bitch. I came here to win a ring. It ain't gonna happen this year. I might not ever play football again, but if you ruin this, we will all kill you."
Yeah, he's
right to BYU back.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna say, like, they're gonna tell him, like, listen, we're not gonna bring anybody in yet, but you got a couple games. You can't be the Zach Wilson of old. Get your fucking head out of your ass and start to play football, and you got the keys.
Which I think he kind of started to do later in that game. I think
he just needs to realize that
he had that pick, and then it was kind of.
Well, he also was, I think he saw ghosts. He was shaking a little bit. It's a big night.
That was insane to come into.
Yeah, insane to come into, right? Like, that's a crazy game to come into, bro.
Like, I don't care who the backup was.
Nobody.
That was just
right. But I mean, let's not get it crazy here. For Zach Wilson was a top 5 pick, right?
Top 2.
I said the same thing. He's number 2.
Like, right, but we got to
understand. We've seen enough.
We know he.
I agree. I agree.
I know what you're 100%
we would have picked
right.
number 2 again.
Yes, he was a top 5 pick, but he probably should have gone in the second round. Everybody let one throw at a pro day, and a throw that you would never even make in real life, say, "Oh man."
No pads on either.
Pro days.
No pads on either.
For quarterbacks is nasty work.
Just like when they show the quarterbacks, oh look, he threw it 70 yards from his knees. In what planet ever in a real NFL game are you going to throw the ball 70 yards from your knees?
I guess they just like to see arm strength. I don't know.
What does that actually do? Because Jamarcus Russell used to be able to throw 90 yards from his knees. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah.
Oh, he had arm strength. Did he have anything else?
No.
Do we
We gotta do pick'ems.
We gotta do pick'ems.
We ain't get no We ain't talking about the Eagles in the past.
They said fuck the Patriots. That's what I guess. Apparently,
Well, we kind of brought it. I mean, we could, sure, but like
I'm
in
concerned.
reality, it was
that's a
kind of
pleasant
like
surprise.
We talked about it. We talked about it in the beginning, Lawrence, before you got here. I said,
okay.
I just brought it up real quick, and I said, you know, you got to kind of feel okay if you're a Patriots fan because you didn't get blown the fuck out by the Eagles, and you got to feel bad if you're an Eagles fan because you barely beat the Patriots.
I think they made that call because it was 16-0 in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And they had three field goals from 3.5 quarters on. No way.
If you look at it though, this was the expected outcome of the game. The line was what, 6.5. They ended up winning by 5. So this is exactly how everyone thought the game was going to turn out. Philly was going to win in a 1-possession game, and that's what happened.
Yep. But I still think though, Kenny, I don't know if you're on the same page as me or not, Dylan. I still think it's first game of the season, but the Eagles didn't look good. They did not look that good. Jalen Hurts did not look good.
Under 200 yards, one touchdown, I think.
I get told that I'm hating.
They just didn't look that good to me. I don't see. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's first week, overreaction, whatever. But I don't see a team that's
when it gets to somebody that can actually put a passing scheme against them, they are going to get lit the fuck up. Their
DBs are food. They lost, and you know what's crazy, Lawrence, is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson being out of that backfield is crazy for them. Crazy for them. He was big for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick Bourne.
I know. I miss Chauncey, man. Yeah, I wish he was still in New Orleans.
Hey, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns from Mac. Kendrick Bourne, 2 touchdowns. Hunter Henry touchdown. You know,
the ball over. Why wasn't DeAndre Swift getting the ball?
I don't know.
It was a lot of game
I'm sorry.
game
I don't understand. Guys, why is this every year the same thing with this Philadelphia team? Why do they always have good running backs on the team, but yet Gainwell leads the fucking team in carries?
I think it's an ego thing. I don't know.
Like, what does Gainwell have?
Here's the question I have, because I mean, I'm full 100% on board with this. But is there the possibility that DeAndre Swift might actually be the issue? Because let me take you back all the way back to his
that's what I said.
Because his rookie year, even in Detroit, it was
he lost touches to
not even before coming into that offseason. It was, oh my God, DeAndre Swift's going to be the guy. This is great. Then there were anonymous sources around the league that were saying there was one guy that was drafted that people are high on that isn't going to do as much as we all thought, and it came out to later be DeAndre Swift, and he wasn't getting a lot of work. And then you see he still wasn't getting a lot of work. Then last year with Jamal Williams, they started to phase him out. And then they said, okay, let's just send him to Philly. Then Philly was all excited about him. And then Rashad Penny's a healthy scratch, and you're still not getting touches. So at what point do we say maybe he has a work ethic problem or he just can't grasp a playbook?
That's what I said, but then I looked at it as just a purely talent, you look at it talent-wise.
That's tough. I don't know. Like, I feel like that is...
But it's been 4 years.
I know, but like I think
that's tough too to say as far as
Rashad Penny season, Dylan.
Picking up a playbook because he can do so much, you know.
Like
and I agree, but like in my head, like what else makes sense? Because he's been the more talented back on every team he's been on in the NFL, but for some reason he's not getting on the field this.
And then Nick Sirianni today he literally said he might not. No. His other quote was, he might play and he might not get the ball. I don't know. Basically, when I wake up, I'm gonna decide if DeAndre Swift's gonna be in the game plan.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know what it. I mean, obviously in Detroit he had issues with health. We know he couldn't really stay that healthy in Detroit. Maybe he has lingering issues that causes effects. I don't really know. I don't understand how a guy as talented as DeAndre Swift could not take carries away from Kenneth Gainwell.
All I know, tomorrow at 8:20, if the midget is getting more...
No, he's out. He's out.
Oh, Boston Scott he's talking about.
Oh, he's talking about Boston Scott. If Boston Scott gets more touches than...
I'm sending him to the moon in fantasy. I'm sending him to the moon.
Yeah. So that I think Kenny, I think tomorrow is a good test to test that theory. If Boston Scott gets more carry, if Rashad Penny comes off,
that's what's going to happen now. Is they're just going to activate Rashad Penny. Watch.
Who was a healthy scratch week 1? If healthy scratch Rashad Penny and Boston Scott get more touches than DeAndre Swift tomorrow,
and the crazy thing is he's home.
Yeah.
where he's from.
Yeah.
His family's coming to the game.
Yeah.
They're not no burn.
Rashad Penny is not
Home
going to
opener,
get
too.
scratch. He's going to play.
Yeah.
He's going to be the feature back, and then Boston Scott will get touches, and the argument will be, well, Boston Scott is the Kenneth Gainwell replacement. So that's why he saw the field, because he does what kind of – I'm not saying it's true, but that will be the excuse you're going to hear.
And you know what? And I know exactly why Sirianni came out and said that, because I know exactly what DeAndre Swift did after that game. He goes into the coach's office and says, what in the fuck is going on here, motherfucker? And that's exactly what was happening with Cam Akers. That's why they shipped off Darrell Henderson. You get a rift because you know, right? Like, you know, I'm a top pick. I'm a better back than these guys. Why aren't you playing me? And then the coach is like, this guy's questioning me. Then the egos start to knock and bump, and it's like,
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm supposed to be a 1-2 punch, and the other back opens the game with 12 consecutive carries,
Right.
and I don't break a sweat, I'm gonna lose my shit.
that's what I'm saying.
Gainwell just running back.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna lose my shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Because it's one thing, like, if you brought me over and you told me, like, listen, here's backup.
Right.
Like,
That's different.
I got to suck that up.
You
But
come over as the starter.
Like, you're telling me I'm that guy, and we're all going to split carries. The three of us.
They made a commotion like,
DeAndre Swift.
It was going to be, the three of them, but they're all going to get touches. And then you say Rashad Penny ain't playing. Oh, man, my touch is really about to go up. And then I got to sit here and watch a guy wearing number 14. I'm not going to lie. I seen him wearing number 14 is the lead running back.
Me and Dylan are watching the game. I seen him touch the field 3 times. And
yeah,
one was like a dirt pass or like a low pass, and he dropped it from Hurts.
You know what I didn't see, Lawrence? Any Hurts? I haven't seen it in a while. Is the Jordan passes from the sideline? He hasn't done that shit in a while.
He's starting to.
You know that
the Patriots held him in check.
Yeah. I love Hurts. I love Hurts. He needs to stop doing those. Like in the game, he's driving me crazy.
The NFL street passes.
I don't know if y'all watched it, but it didn't make sense to me. He would pull the ball from the running back and then take a tackle for loss and fall 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Because he was being a gentleman. He already got his money, and they didn't get theirs yet. So he said, let me ruin my stats. That's what it was. He said, I don't want you to get the negative yardage, bro. It's already hard for running backs to get paid.
Yeah. And I also, just before we go to pick'ems, I do just want to say, I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to win a game this year.
Probably not.
I don't think they win a game.
And I'm sorry, Kyler Murray's not playing this year.
Oh no,
Dylan, right there.
You could tell me all you want. There's that's cool.
Dylan got inside source. He said
he's not playing. He's not playing this year.
He's not playing. And realistically, what sense does it make for him to play? If he comes back. If he comes back and plays, what does that team accomplish this year?
Caleb Williams already said if the Falcons or the Cardinals get the first pick, he's coming back for another year.
Yeah, but guess you know why the Cardinals also want the one pick then if that's the case? Because then Kyler will be their guy going forward, but they will get a king's ransom for that pick.
Yeah.
Like I know Caleb Williams not coming. Well, I have Kyler that I just paid.
Or do they grab that
6 first-round picks for him?
Or do they keep the first pick of the draft and grab the wide receiver there?
No, because they have the number 2 overall pick too.
Oh, then yeah, they trade that shit away. Oh, then they trade that shit away to the Rams, and we grab Caleb Williams, and that boy, he's coming home, and we got another 10 years of no draft picks, baby.
All right.
You think that we won't do it, Lawrence? Lawrence, you think for a second that that's some shit that the Rams wouldn't do? Because they would fucking do that in a minute, and you know they would.
They'd be like, okay, we just got our picks back from trading.
What can we do to get rid of them?
As quarterback.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
TK, what's your favorite team?
It's got to be the Giants because said they might beat us on Sunday, so it's got to be the Giants.
Oh man, is it Giants? What is Giants and Eagles?
Giants Cardinals.
Cardinals. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, we still waiting on the Giants to score a touchdown,
All right,
or a field goal, or a safety,
or a point, or any type of point.
I was told. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was told by a Giants fan. I'm not saying this is blanket all Giants fans, but I was told by a Giant. We have a bet. It's $100 bet. It's Giants against Saints. I need my. He could just cash at me my money now because what they didn't score. They didn't do nothing positive. And he said the Giants are gonna beat the dog shit out of the Saints. I said I texted him after the game. I said, yeah, just cash app, Venmo, Zelle, Google Pay.
Send me my money.
It might be very well possible that we saw the absolute ceiling of Daniel Jones last year. It might be very
Which is
possible.
fine, though. He's got to get back to that.
Yeah.
That was just a terrible game. And not for nothing.
Yeah.
He was the most sacked quarterback in week 1. So, I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Ooh,
bad. But,
damn.
like, that's not,
Yeah.
like,
And-
I mean,
and-
he was
and to be-
bad, but it's a 50-50 thing.
And to be honest, you got to think 14 points off the board aren't on him.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a blocked field goal that goes back to the house. And then
And they're
Saquon
moving
Barkley,
that drive,
like
too.
Saquon Barkley has to catch that fucking football, man. Like he has to catch that ball. There's no fucking world does Saquon Barkley have to drop that ball, tip it directly to a Cowboys defender for a pick six. Like that's
Like, honestly, look, if you're a Giants fan, like, that's terrible. Like, that game was awful. But you got to look at it as, we're only going to get better from here. Can't
right.
be worse.
It can't be worse.
Can't get
It
worse.
It literally cannot get worse.
41, 45, 50.
Yeah. You take that game versus
You just throw that shit away, bro. You throw that shit away.
When the coaches take you into the film session the next day,
It's
you
done.
watch it, and then he says, "Okay, see this," and he burns
Shoot.
it. That's
Otto,
done.
I literally-
Yeah, beat traffic.
Otto, I texted the group chat and said I've never turned a game off faster in my life. As soon as they did that, as soon as that shit happened, I turned the fucking game right off. I said, I'm not watching this. One, because I hate the Cowboys already, and two, because I knew exactly what was gonna happen. It was gonna be a blow the fuck out.
Yep,
Blowout.
First quarter, just boom.
Yep, turned it right off. Kenny. Pick'ems.
Pick'ems, let's get it.
All right, Thursday night
Round it
game, Minnesota and Philly. I got Philly. I mean, usually it's tough to make the playoffs after starting 0-2. So Minnesota, sorry, you might not make the playoffs this year.
He said money.
Money dance.
Hey, shout out to Tony Pollard, man. He got me tickets for Detroit Lions and the Saints in New Orleans December 3rd.
Yeah,
Appreciate you,
Philly,
bro.
Minnesota.
Philly. Of course, landslide.
Philly.
38-3.
Ooh.
Was it at Philly?
At the link.
So I'll go.
There's about to be jumping in there.
I'll go Philly.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Philly.
Justin Jefferson might get shit thrown at him from the stand.
I ain't gonna lie. The Sunday night game is Miami, New England. I don't see any of us picking New England, right? I don't want to waste our time.
Phil.
I mean, Phil might pick them, but
Phil,
he has to.
Pick
So
your
it's
squad, bro. Pick your squad.
I'd rather do other better games. Is what I'm saying.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Baltimore and Cincinnati. Cincinnati are too good to start 0-2. I'm going Cincy.
I'm going to go Cincy as well. I think they're not going to play in a monsoon early on. I think Joe Burrow just can't, right? Like Burrow's just not gonna. He's just not gonna. He's got a game under his legs. I think he was a little nervous about that injury that he sustained preseason. I think he got it this weekend.
I'm gonna go Baltimore. I think the Cincy's defense is in.
Where's it at?
Cincy.
Yeah. I'm going Lamar Jackson because I need a fantasy turn up.
Bias.
Big trust.
I'll think the same thing as I have on my
Jackson.
team. I have him, Zay Flowers. Like I
Lamar
need.
Jackson.
Yeah. Jesse Bates not there anymore. Just throw it.
Kenny said, "This man is tripping."
Yeah, check his drink. We got two Monday night games. They actually should both be good games. So let's just pick them. New Orleans and Carolina.
Ooh.
I know I just did
He's
all that
about to
talking.
go dummy on.
I just did all that
prime
talking
time.
about the Panthers and Bryce Young and all that good stuff. But they ain't playing the Falcons defense this weekend. Give me Carolina.
Ooh.
He's just a hater. He wants to win the division.
I'm gonna
That's
go.
all he wants to do. He wants to win the division. He knows deep down inside.
I'm gonna go with the Saints here just because I think Derek Carr is I think the better quarterback plays on the Saints right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nola as well. Better overall team.
You threw 2 picks to Jesse Bates. The Saints just picked off Tannehill 3 times. Bryce Young, buckle up, young man. You are about to get killed.
Well, he also threw a lot of picks in the middle of the field where he's 5'9" and shouldn't be throwing the ball in the middle of the field. So
He's just gonna look at the film
they're going to look at the film and say, we're not doing that again.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Did you pick? Yeah.
Nola, yeah.
No. Okay.
Yep.
Then the other Monday.
It's
night
Olave.
game-
Have a day.
The other Monday night game is Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Same reason why I took Cincy. As much as Pittsburgh looked bad, they're too good to start 0-2. It's in Pittsburgh. They just shit down their leg in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, true.
They're gonna win this one.
I am going to go Cleveland because I think Pittsburgh is going to miss Deontay Johnson terribly.
Yeah. Well,
And I don't know what it is, but Najee Harris is not a good running back. So I'm going to go Cleveland.
That was that since last year.
Yeah, but I had hope.
Jalen Warren is.
I had hope in Najee Harris, but he's not good. I'm going
Jalen
Cleveland.
Warren is.
I'm going to go Cleveland.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Pickens monster game. He has to.
I like Cleveland in this one.
All right, we could do a bonus game if you want.
Yeah, let's do a bonus game.
Bonus game.
Fuck it.
The King versus the Prince. Patrick Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh, that's a good one, look, Kenny.
Is Kelsey expected to play?
Kelsey's questionable. He got a
Where
limited
we at?
practice in
Where we
today.
at?
We're in Jacksonville.
Give me the Prince, Kenny. Give me the Prince. Calvin Ridley goes for 150.
I guarantee this game is gonna be pouring rain. I guarantee it.
Calvin Ridley goes for 150, I think, Kenny.
It'd be
We didn't even talk about that boy. That boy crazy good.
Yep.
It's
2 years?
It's supposed to be 82 and no rain.
No football in 2 years, and he just comes out and does that.
All it does is rain in Florida, man.
Oh no, you're right.
That's all it does. Pouring.
Give me the Jaguars as well.
Give me the Jags.
Calvin Ridley, monster game. I'm with you.
Kenny's going to lose pick'ems this year strictly off picking the Chiefs every week.
I'm taking the Chiefs, man.
Listen,
the Chiefs to bounce back.
the thing that you got, even if you want to pick them, you got to start using like some statistical stuff here. Teams that are too good to start 0-2. Cincy, Kansas City. Like this week, my parlay, I'm telling you right now, I'm picking Cincy. I'm picking Buffalo. I'm picking Kansas City.
Kansas City's not winning without Kelsey. They're not.
He might be playing.
Yeah, but if he doesn't play, Kansas City's not going to win that game.
He's gonna play.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. If Travis Kelsey does not play, they're not winning. They have no weapons. They have nothing.
Who knows how limited he is as well?
That's what I mean. I don't even know. I don't even know if he should play. I think he should sit another week.
Thing. Even if
Chris Jones is back though.
When he's on the field, just him being on the field makes a difference because it's going to open up stuff for everybody else. Because you can't just ignore him.
Chris Jones is back as well. He signed a contract, $25 million. So if you get him back,
Dylan, stop with the Justin Ross nonsense. We all watched Thursday Night Football last week. He might have been on the field for 5 plays.
He might get sent to the practice squad, bro.
And you know who else should go to the fucking practice squad is Sky Moore. Send him too. Garbage.
Yeah, give my man Rasheed Rice his touches because that boy was cooking.
he should have touched
He was cooking.
Good
Great
game.
fantasy pick, Kenny. And Otto, we only had 1 league, bro, so I don't want you to talk about we snubbed you in 2 leagues.
Nah, it's all people expected there be another one. I don't have the time. Sorry, fellas.
No.
Yep. My head is already getting ready to spin off as it is.
What's wrong?
Kenny got Chiefs?
That people wanted another. They wanted the IBTE league, and I didn't bring it back again.
Yep. Give me my title and delete the shit. Let's get it.
And then they all wanted to cry. They wanted to talk trash in that league. That league, and half the league didn't set lineups. That was the worst thing I've ever done.
I'll take that W.
Because I was like, yo, at this point, it's 6 out of 12 people playing already. Like, I'm not about to do this again.
Yep.
Nope.
You know,
I will take the asterisk W. We are good. Show me the money.
Before we what'd you say, Kenny?
Yeah, so we got some good pick'ems for this week, boys.
Before we do sign off, NFLPA has thrown it out there that we should be putting grass
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
on all the fields. Not only is this going to save ACLs, Achilles, MCLs, ankles, right? This is going to help.
They said one of the VPs.
Yeah, they said like there's no correlation between Achilles and that's fine. Let's say there is no correlation between Achilles and field type of grass, but there is ACLs. ACLs get torn on turfs way more than they do on anything else. And now here's the other thing: the USA is hosting the World Cup. These soccer players are not going to play on turf. They're not going to do it.
Oh yeah, hell no.
They are going to tear everything if they play on turf. Like they're going to be playing game after game after game, sliding all over the place. They are going to tear ligaments and left and right. So now I think is the best time to do that shit, right? You go ahead and you get it, spend the $1 billion, whatever it's going to be to replace all the grass for the stadiums that need it, and you're set. Players won't get hurt as much. Star players won't get hurt as much. And the soccer players, the World Cup will actually be fine. because Messi's already not doing it, right? Messi
I was just
came
gonna say,
over.
you got guys like Messi that are like, well, I'm not.
He's
playing.
already not doing it, and he's came over to play in the MLS, and he's like, well, I'll play half the games. Fuck it. So now you're going to lose millions of dollars in ticket sales because you got the best player in the world is not going to play on your fucking field because he's not playing on turf. It's just not worth the risk. Spend the extra money on a groundskeeper and the grass and get real grass. You're going to save legs. Look at Tom Brady played in New England for how many years, Phil? 20 years? 20 plus years, and he played to be 40 because he played on real grass. Yep. And he never had to worry about a fucking knee or an ankle or an
there was
Achilles.
1 year he tore his ACL,
that
was from a hit.
Yeah,
his fucking knee went. I'm talking about the non-contact shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get to the last words, fellas. Start with you, Phil. Your last words, man.
Neil, you gonna mention anything tennis?
I was gonna mention my girl, 19 years old. You already know Coco Gauff, baby. Shout out to Coco for a fucking fantastic first major championship win, the U.S. Open under her belt.
Against her sore loser ass opponent.
Only good things to come from here for Coco. She's only gonna get bigger. She's only gonna get stronger. She's only gonna get faster, and she's only to get more intelligent in the sport. So
she's only 19.
Oh, you said you saw her at the game, Otto?
Yeah, she's from New York.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, she's from New York.
PR run.
Yeah, she's from New York. And just so you know, that win right there, like she's set for life. That's it. She don't need no more. That's like the purse from winning the U.S. Open is fucking insane. She is set.
Ooh.
And
Insane.
then they said, when she got handed the envelope, she said equal pay, right?
Yeah, she said something. Yeah, but the men win a ridiculous amount of money from that sport. It's crazy. Yeah. But more people watch the men. They just do. They just do.
It's like it's messed up, but it's like it's
equal.
Like,
it's equal based off of the revenue.
Right. Like I can pay you more if more money's coming in.
Exactly.
It's a shitty thing, but
it's true.
It's not that they're doing it just because you're a woman. They're doing it because
the money. Right. Exactly.
For me, hey, 2024 Paris is going to be a movie for men's basketball. I'm looking forward to seeing this team. LeBron.
Oh, good one, Phil.
If they play,
if they play,
because they're saying it
LeBron
now.
wants to, right?
No, I know. No, but
a lot of shit can happen.
Want to do it now.
Yeah.
And then the summer comes, like,
or they get hurt during the season.
I love that if they got on a call and was like, "Guys, fuck this. I'm tired of all the disrespect," and they talking all crazy.
Because the FIBA, yeah. So the FIBA team last couple of years disappointments, but this potential team for Paris,
the JV team every year. That's why.
Yep, they always bring like the B string or the second string.
Absolute fucking disgrace. Honestly,
Jaren Jackson,
Brandon Ingram was about to strangle Steve Kerr.
Honestly, a disgrace.
No turn either.
Honestly, a disgrace to USA basketball. To be honest, I wouldn't even want to be affiliated with that team. A coach, an assistant coach, a team, anything. That was a fucking disgrace. You lost to Canada.
Jaren Jackson, 19 rebounds over what? How many the whole tournament? But just nasty work from him.
Disgrace.
But hey,
see you in the summer.
Help is on the way.
Shout out to Dennis Schroeder.
Help is on the way.
Yeah.
What you got, Kenny?
Hey, what's up, Kenny?
Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker actually he got some touches.
He got some burn.
I saw that. I saw it.
He started tweeting. I saw his tweet pop up.
I saw it, Kenny.
We got the first win of our regular
That's
season.
my man. It's too bad he plays for the Bucks. But anyway, no. On a little more of a serious note, with the Jets and their quarterback situation, Colin Kaepernick. I keep seeing the name.
I saw that too. Yeah.
And I would just like to point out.
It's not gonna happen.
Listen, I'm all for rights and civil rights and everything. So this is not me saying he shouldn't be in the league for that.
It's Jover.
Bro, it's been six years since you played. Like the first year, it was messed up. You probably should have been in the league. It's been 6 years now. It's over. Let's stop.
Also, how long has it been since that little audition thing as well?
It's about 3 years since that audition.
Yeah, since that audition thing. Yeah.
Every time a quarterback position comes open now, let's all stop going to social media and saying, give Colin a call. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys whose careers don't last 6 years. And you want him to come out of
the average player plays for 3 years.
Yeah, so he's had 2 careers that he's been sitting out for. So I think it's time that we all just stop. Every time a quarterback position comes up, We do not have to say Kaepernick.
It's not even, and like Kenny said, premise it with that. It's not even about the whole thing that comes with Colin Kaepernick. It's strictly a skill level at this point.
Yes.
You could see his career was declining when he took a step aside, but now he's been out of the league that has completely changed, right? So when Colin Kaepernick was in the league, it was a running league, right? They were paying running backs, they had big tight ends, everything. This is a strictly finesse league now. Not to say that Kaepernick couldn't do it, but 6 years is a long time.
Yes, and that's all. Like if he was consistently in the league for the past 6 years,
or how about consistently working?
I think it's what he was doing could translate to now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And now I think he's old. Just like another name. Stop saying Cam Newton's name every time a quarterback.
He's hurt.
These guys, it's over.
Their bodies are done. Their bodies are done.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks that their careers ended. Well, Cam had a full career, so we can't.
Yeah, we can't even.
It sucks that Cap's career was cut short, but it's done. It's over. Let's call it what it is.
Call it what it is.
And that's my public service announcement.
I hope everybody in the 49ers gets season-ending injuries.
Coming to my TED
That's your last words.
Oh, well, damn.
Jeez.
Oh, but have the same trainers last year. Then
What you got, man? What's your last words, man?
The Coco.
Oh, that's it.
Coco and the 49ers.
what about the 49ers?
Season-ending injuries, all of them.
Oof. Damn.
Oh man, listen. Yo, you're fucking crazy, bro.
Wow. Tweet this at the 49ers.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
He mean that from the.
I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. I usually hold back on wishing injury upon players, but I hope from top to bottom.
Hold back.
I do. I never wish an injury on a player ever in my life, but I hope this whole roster, from top to bottom, gone. Knees, ankles.
Timeout.
Heads, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Did anybody
no heads.
see the Chargers lack fans so much that they put robot fans in the stands?
Oh, the AI fans? Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
They put robot Charger fans in the stands on Sunday.
Well, they did it to promote that movie.
Marketing thing, right?
Yeah,
right.
but
yes,
Oh,
they knew they can get away with it at Charger games because they know.
as long as that check clears, all right.
The rent
as long as that rent's due, all right. Pay up.
They need to get their own stadium. This is a bad look.
Pay the rent.
AI people, AI noise.
As long as that envelope gets slipped under the door, pay up. Ante up.
My last words, man, is I appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight. And I'm just excited for the season.
Hey, season's just getting started, Lawrence.
That's a fact.
Also the merch.
And I would like to say one thing before we go.
What's up?
I relapsed. I'm back. I'm back in it.
I'm not gonna. Listen, I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna relapse is a terrible way to start.
I relapsed and I'm back.
Yeah, listen. We discussed last
we gotta
week.
talk NHL then.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm back. Listen, I'm back. Shout out to my man Lawrence. Shout out to my man Lawrence for the quick 800 over the weekend. I'm back. Send me your picks.
Lord.
Yeah, Otto, give me that.
This is crazy.
Otto, give me that jersey.
I hit for another 600 off of Tony Pod 2 TDs.
Damn.
So,
Lawrence out here making nails.
nice. Listen, Otto, bro, one of the first weekends. No, I think it was the first.
Otto, I don't want a Giants Engram jersey. I want a Jags Engram jersey. All right.
But yeah, last note too. This weekend I will officially be releasing my website.
Yes.
I will be having the full layout. I'm not doing a pre-order method. I have everything ready to go, so it can be shipped out. So you're gonna see that soon. I'm gonna be promoting that.
Care package.
Nice little sneak peek. Listen,
Olave,
young God out there. You see it.
And he did the week of pay week.
This is not this ain't no package. This ain't no bullshit.
Care package.
Just so you know. We out here. What inspires you apparel, man? We back. We live.
You said free 99.
All that.
Care package.
You said care package?
You said you need someone to test
Lawrence.
Y'all know I take care of my. Y'all know y'all take care of my guys.
Lawrence, I got a 3 kill streak ready to call it. Lawrence, I'm ready to call it.
Who does he think I am? I don't take care of the fellas.
Always. That's one thing about Lawrence that Nigel never did. Never got a care package, Nigel.
I take care of my guys, So I appreciate y'all, man. And if you guys do want to watch any more content, we're on direct. It's live on the network right now, man. Season 2 should be coming soon from Rick. He's doing a really good job with that. I can't say it enough. One of the first viral clips, we had like 3 million plays on Instagram. So we'll take it. We're gonna keep running with it.
Shout out the brand.
That's all I gotta say. And all as always, the Falcons ain't shit, man. That's how we gotta end it.
Kenny!
We're in
Kenny, fight back.
right now, though.
I know y'all are because of the points. Son of a
Damn.
bitch.
Well,
we got the division one.
Oh yeah, division. I forgot. That was cute.
Tragic.
You played a JV quarterback. We get to play him now too.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose.
No.
Oof.
Bet the mortgage on the Panthers.
Yeah. On the mortgage.
Well, if we don't see that slip.